What are some things you're trying to work out to maybe try and create some more opportunities?
Well, I think a lot of it is we've got to keep the ball better, and that, again, it involves our whole team. But I think we found a lot of success with Janelle in over the top early on, and so we've kind of stuck with that. And it's a hard habit to break. She scored lots of goals that way, so you see that. But teams are reading it a little bit better, so we've got to be more unpredictable in terms of creating chances. So we're looking at other ways that we can keep the ball, having our forwards be part of our possession and part of our job to threaten, which means our midfielders have to be part of our threatening job as well as part of our possession. So if we can get those two groups to play a little bit more of the opposite role, Janelle needs to help us possess the ball more, and our midfield needs to help her threaten more. And I think if we can do that, we can be a little bit more unpredictable and create some more chances, and even create more chances for Janelle in different ways. She can score goals in other ways than just getting a ball over the top, and we need to take advantage of that.
And then defensively, just with the injuries you've been dealing with, if Hope's not ready to go for this weekend, what are some things you're looking at in terms of the back line?
Yeah, I think if Hope's not ready to go and Casey is, then that's probably, she's played plenty of time in the back line and played center back, and so I think that's certainly an option that we're looking at. You saw Catherine Rates jump on the back line as a freshman and do a pretty good job on Sunday, so that's something that we can use if we need to in terms of our back line. So both of those players, Jenna Miller has trained a lot at center back if we had to pull someone back in there and do that. So I think we're comfortable that we've got pieces of the puzzle that we can move around again, and certainly the puzzle doesn't look as pretty as it would if we had all the pieces, but we can put a puzzle together that I think can play in the Big Ten. As much as we've moved pieces around and the puzzles look different and whatnot, we've been in every single game that we've played with different pieces, with different people, with different roles, and when all the pieces get put together, I think that's going to be great. So we've got to use our injuries and moving people around, to be something that actually makes us better at the end, not something that's made us feel sorry for ourselves. I keep saying that, but it's it's going to be an advantage when all of this is said and done.
Last road trip of the year is certainly a tough one, going to Maryland, going to Rutgers, a couple of teams middle to top end of the Big Ten Conference, and Maryland in particular has had a very good soccer tradition. Just talk about the challenges they'll present this weekend.
You got Maryland with a great soccer tradition, and Rutgers coming off a win against Penn State on the road, and a team that's had a ton of success this season. I think if you had asked anybody coming into it where they might fall in the Big Ten, the two places they're in, people probably would have said we probably just would have flip-flopped Maryland and Rutgers. And to Rutgers' credit, they've put a great team together. Certainly one that not just beat Penn State, but I think dominated parts of that game. And defensively, I think they've only given up 4 goals all year, and we're going to Rutgers. And so we're going to have to go places we haven't been before. But there's also an excitement about that. You're going to go play teams you haven't played before that are part of your conference. You don't have a history with them. You don't have any preconceived notions, and then you can approach that in a really fun, exciting way.
I think I kind of asked you a similar question last week, but with a third loss in a row, was there any frustration? Because you've been in these games and not coming out on the side you want.
I can say I think that Sunday's loss probably hurt more than any of them, in the sense that we battled so hard. We had chances to win it. We had solved some problems at halftime, and then you get Hope going down. And I think there was frustration, not in the fact that we've lost 3 games in a row, but that we let a game slip away from us. This team is competitive. They like to win, and their frustration wasn't a fear of we've lost or any kind of down. It was just frustration in that we had a game. We fought hard to get back to tie it. We created something, we had a chance, and we let that chance slip through our fingers a little bit. And so I think that's also, though, the source of the energy that you might have seen out there today, in the sense that, hey, we're better than the 3 losses. We can do more than this. We are going to do the things that we can control. We can't control injuries. We can't control all of that stuff, but we can get better today, and we can make sure that when we're in a game like that, we don't let it slip through our fingers again relative to anything that we have control over.